Hello everyone. I'm here today because I heard that you wanted to take a gap year, and I'm here to explain you why the UK is one of the best places to take one. So, if you want a unique and amazing experience, don't hesitate anymore. We can assure you that the UK will provide you everything you want because of the people, the food, and the amazing infrastructure they offer. More on that later. Furthermore, the country is known for their tea, their English breakfast, and especially their famous words as lads, mate, and fam. So, before going there, please practice your English so you could talk like me. Here's a brief example. Hello, mate. Did you see the lads? Because I need to get a cup of tea with the fam. So, I hope you enjoyed my little example there. But before letting you with Nathaniel to explain you more about what you should bring up in the trip, I'm going to talk about the Queen. She is turning 100 soon and still don't have any medical issues. She's a real survivor, like my UK fam. So if you see her picture everywhere there, don't be surprised. She's a real legend.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel. So, what could you do as potential job for backpackers? You could work in a summer camps, bars or pubs, like a server or bartender. Those are very popular jobs, but only if you plan to stay in the majority of time around the same place. What accommodation would you need as an international student in a gap year? Well, I think for the accommodation, knowing that you'll travel a lot, you won't need that much to live. I think a little apartment would be nice for you. But if you plan to just travel to different cities and never come back to one place, you can just pack up a tent so you'll sleep outside. Because if you plan to sleep in a different cottage or place, it might cost some more money, and you're no rich man. Interesting places to visit in the UK. I think at first it will be the London's iconic castle and the World Heritage site. You could get up close to the crown jewels, discover the world's famous collection of treasures, including more than 100 objects and over 23,000 gemstones. At second, why won't you go to Stone Age? This medical historical site shapes a lot of our imagination. Archaeologists believe that Stone Age was constructed from 3000 before Christ to 2000 before Christ. The surrounding secure earth bank and ditch, which constitute the earliest phase of the monument, have been dated to about 3100 before Christ. It makes it interesting by its age and the history behind it. At third, if you ever have the chance to go to Bath, why don't you go to the city's premier attraction, the Roman baths? They have been attracting visitors for 2000 years. Built around Britain's only hot springs, the bathing complex still flows with natural hot water and gives you a real feel for Roman life. Step into history and retrace the steps of so many before you. You can even take a sip of the water which the Romans believed had healing powers. As well as the ruins and thermal baths themselves, the museum houses a selection of Roman artifacts, making this a number one must-see spot to history lovers. Thank you. I'm letting the speech to Marvin.
Okay, so finally, are there any potential risks in the UK? Of course, yes. One potential risk in the UK is the natural disaster. The UK having a small landmass means that they're pretty much subject to extreme weather. The most common natural disaster in this country is, without any surprise, flooding. There are many rivers and lakes that are susceptible to flooding. But this flooding is easily avoidable since the accommodation providers should have information about the procedure. Checking the government international travel advisory before booking a travel is a great idea to avoid any bad surprises. Another potential risk that is pretty much in every country is crimes. Crimes is in every country, but generally traveling to the UK is pretty safe for travelers. But Unfortunately, tourists are often victim of theft, of crimes. Theft is one of the very common crimes that tourists are subject to in the UK. And one way to avoid this is to like blend in with your surroundings. This means like not to look like a tourist, and beware of your surrounding. Keep an eye on your bag on the front, and keep your things close to you, so you can like return home with all your things. And in places like train station and tourist hotspot, scams are very common. So you have to be careful with who you're dealing with. And to avoid any problem, do researches to know the most dangerous neighborhood to avoid them. And with all that, you should have every key to have a great gap year in the UK. And with all that, you have a lot of keys and solutions to avoid these disadvantages, and a lot of advantage to choose the UK as a gap year. So I hope that when you'll take a gap year, the UK will be one of your first choices.